Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Rainbow Familiars. I just this weekend played Blue-White Familiars with no Preordain and did pretty decently. So I was thinking about Rainbow Familiars, and one of the problems that I always have is that I never find my enchantments on time and get my stuff done. I also never feel like I have enough snaps. So I'm going to cut Preordain from this deck too, and I'm going to go up to 8 enchantments and add Mystical Teachings, which is a second copy of a Snap card, and then I'm also going to play Pestermite for ease of playability. So this deck, the way it works is you play forests, you Utopia Sprawl your forest, you Fertile Ground the same land, you can also play Abundant Growth on that land, and then eventually you get to a position where you can snap your Archaeomancer and untap 2 lands and have enough mana to replay the Archaeomancer for snap and then snap it again and go infinite to make infinite mana. So Archaeomancer costs 4, snap costs 2. Archaeomancer says when it enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Snap says return up to 2 return creature to its owner's hand, untap 2 lands. So to make this happen, we need 6 mana to effectively do this over and over, but to make infinite mana we need 7 mana. So we need a land that taps for 6 and 1 more land, or a land that taps for 5 and 1 Chancery, since Chancery gives you 2 mana. This can be discounted by Sunscape Familiar, which discounts green and blue spells. So the first Familiar will make Snap cost just blue, and Archaeomancer cost 1 blue, so that's a total of 4 mana, and you need 5 mana from your lands to go infinite. With 2 Familiars in play, this is a total of 3 blue pips, so you just need your lands to tap for 3 blue and 1 any color to make infinite mana. Hopefully that makes sense. The rest of the deck is filled out with 4 Abundant Growth. So Abundant Growth is important here because snow-covered forests, or our forest here, is what allows for the 1 mana Utopia Sprawl, but forest only taps for green, obviously, so Abundant Growth makes the forest a mana confluence or whatever, and it taps for any color. Makes it a rainbow land. So then with a forest you can tap for blue. Then Fertile Ground is our second enchantment. Makes the land tap for any color of any mana. We've got 4 snaps for the combo pieces, 2 prohibits to deal with interaction, 1 Weather the Storm and 1 Pulse of Marasa as Mystical Teachings targets, but both of these are life gain. You can go infinite, make Infinite Storm and Infinite Life, which is nice. 4 Seagate Oracle. These are great targets for your snap and flickers as well. And we have Compulsive Research, which is our win condition in this deck. Target player draws 3 cards, then that player discards 2 cards unless they discard a land. So we're going to make infinite mana and we're going to make our opponent deck. We're going to just say, please draw your deck until they have nothing left. Ghostly Flicker is another combo card. It says exile 2 target artifacts, creatures, or lands you control and return them to the battlefield under your control. We're just going to be flickering basically the Archaeomancer for the combo. We're not doing the Sages or Denizen Flicker the Island kill. And Pestermite here says when it enters the battlefield you can tap or untap a target permanent. So with 2 Familiars in play, we can actually go infinite with a land that just taps for blue X, where we can, or just blue, where we can Ghostly Flicker Pestermite and Archaeomancer to make infinite blue mana, and then draw our deck flickering Seagate Oracle or Muldrifter, of course, which when it enters the battlefield draws 2 cards. Pulse of Marasa, if you haven't seen it, return target creature or land to its owner's hand and you gain 6 life. So hopefully with the 8 enchantment effects, we can play through raises and lane destruction and stuff and deal with it that way. But if we pair into legitimate Panza, I'm just going to cry again and probably just pass, go to the next match, whatever. I'm not really going to sideboard against Panza. This sideboard here is built to beat other decks. So Moment's Peace is for aggro, Hydroblast for burn, Weather the Storm for burn as well. And then I've been having some issues with mono blue, but I'm going to try Twin Silk Spider in the anti-mono blue spot. You can flicker it to make more spiders. You can snap and replay it to make more spiders. And having 2 bodies makes them have to use 2 removal spells to deal with it, like double snap to get it off the table, which I like. It can block ninjas, it can block the fairies. And then over here, 2 Return to Natures. I don't really know what to put here, but Return to Nature is a very flexible card. It can destroy artifact or enchantment and exile a card from the graveyard, which may come up sometimes. Overall, I'm just excited to try more of our no preordain testing. It's basically, the idea is that in today's world, in Pauper, you just need maximum value and consistency. And even though Preordain adds consistency, it's also like a setup card, so maybe it's just too slow, maybe not. I just want to test and have fun, so we'll see. We'll have to get into the matches really in a minute here. If you want to check out any of the detailed information I have on the other decks that I play, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/calicais. A lot of information on the Poison Storm, regular blue-white familiars, and the Tron decks that I play. And hit me up with a like and subscribe. Let me know what kind of decks you want to see. We'll see you in the matches. Round 1 versus Ichitaro. I think they're on blue-black Terror the last time I faced them. So this hand doesn't do very much, but it sets up really fast, so I'm going to keep it. We're on the play, so we can play through a Spell Pierce, because we don't have to we're getting out ahead of it, basically. Play Sprawl, Island, or Sprawl on blue and pass the turn. Yes, blue-black Terror. Okay, so go land, Utopia Sprawl on blue, and we're going to Fertile Ground this. Blue, or it doesn't, we don't choose, and we're going to pass the turn. Now we have 5 mana, so we can cast a Muldrift or we draw it. We can snap their stuff, whatever. We're just going to pass the turn and wait for something good to happen. This is where the not having cantrips is not great. Looking for anything. Pulls a Marasa. Okay, pass the turn. There's an opportunity. We may want to keep that land in hand for a potential. I'm going to counter this mental note since they brainstormed. Hopefully brainstorm lock them. And they're brainstorming again. Okay. We didn't have anything in hand anyway, so it's important to do some stuff to disrupt them. Island. Okay. We draw Seagate Oracle. So let's tap for blue. Play Seagate Oracle, floating a blue. We can't Spell Pierce it. We're going to draw a card. Just looking for anything that does stuff. So we don't need the weather. I'll take the familiar, and I will pass. On the next turn, I'm going to go familiar, attempt to snap this. They do snuff out my creature right now, and that means that I can go familiar, Pulse Marasa. Let's sprawl this up. Blue. White. Play the Sunscape Familiar. Let's see if they have a counterspell in hand right now. They're going to counter. I don't know if they have a Spell Pierce in hand. So I think I'm going to pass. I don't really want to play into Spell Pierce in this position. We have 3 mana, so we would get wrecked by it. That's okay. We have a ton of mana now. Pass the turn. They can play a Terror and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's attempt to pull some Marasa, my Seagate Oracle. If they have another counterspell, I'm going to be big sad. They don't. Seagate Oracle. Probably should have played the Broker's Hideout first. They have counterspell now. Alright, well that wasn't really worth it from them. Let's pass. Keep the Hideout in hand for a potential compulsive. Blaze of Terror. Blaze of Terror. Okay, you got terrors. White. Let's play our familiar. Pass the turn. Okay. I can afford to take 10 here. Donk. Maybe I should play the Broker's Hideout just to gain some life. And thin. I should have thinned. Okay. Bonk. Draw. Play the Broker's Hideout to thin. We have the Chancery to pick up a land. Grabbing an island. I'll pass the turn. It was weird that they counterspelled the Seagate Oracle and not the Pulse of Marasa, though. Brainstorm. Mental note. They're gonna mill Unexpected Fangs Island. 3 cards in hand. 3 mana and 4 cards in hand is kind of scary. So on the next turn, we can block and snap our familiar. Draw. Prohibit. Alright, so we're basically going to die soon. So I think I will pass the turn. Their thoughts cover me. Okay, I mean, that doesn't matter. They mill Chancery Muldrifter. Thoughts cover me again. I guess they're trying to get information. Okay. Wow. Cycle Suffocating Fumes. Okay. Make a bunch of blue. They're attacking. We're going to snap their creature. Pay the ward. Okay, untap my lands. Draw. No blocks. Doodle-doo. Doodle-doo. So any draw creature would be decent. We could win the game if we get an Archaeomancer, because we can Archaeomancer for Archaeomancer. Archaeomancer for Pulsamarasa, Pulsamarasa for Archaeomancer. Or Pulsamarasa for whatever else. Alright, we lost. I don't think, I mean, maybe one of those Fertile Grounds could have been a Preordain. It was probably a loose keep. We're just relying on top decks, which is something I always say not to do. I mean, we could bring in Weathers or Moments Piece here. Don't know if that's necessary. Guess I'll bring in a Return to Nature. Pestermite can probably go. I know they're probably going to bring in Nile Spellbombs. This can get rid of like Chainer's Edicts and stuff. We'll see. Snuff Out is a good card. Let's see. Yes. So we want to open up doing stuff. We have stuff to do. So I'll keep going to lead on Forest into Chancery into Seagate Oracle. Our opponent keeps 7 as well. No, I kept 7. They're thinking it through to keep 7. We're going to grab that Forest and pass. We have all of our colors. We can Teachings for Pulsamarasa. Fertile Ground, huh? Okay, let's go Fertile Ground on this. Pass the turn. Next turn we have 3 mana. Play the Seagate Oracle and the Chancery. Picking up the Forest that we did not enchant. We're going to run out the Seagate Oracle. Let's see if they have a counterspell immediately. What? Okay. Weird. Okay, so they're playing this card, Psychic Barrier. Counter target creature spell. Its controller loses 1 life. Wow, that's strange. Let's Fertile Ground this land again. Blue. Well, what we could do... So we could tap these to Fertile Ground this and have 4 mana to cast Teachings, but I feel like they have another counterspell, so I'm just going to Fertile Ground this right now. I don't really want to Fertile Ground the Chancery. I could do that right now. I could do that as well. That would allow me to Teachings for Pulsamarasa. Okay, cast a Brainstorm. Question is, do I want to counter their Thought Scour here? Or do I want to try and protect my Teachings? I feel like countering their stuff and keeping them off access is probably good. It's a hard question. Can't believe that it's Psychic Barrier. We were joking about that card a while ago. Yeah. Pass the turn. Pass again. They're going to Brainstorm again. Looking for another mental note. Okay, Brainstorm resolves. What happens now? They Thought Scour themselves, milling Nile Spellbomb Gurmag. We can play Sunscape Familiar. Doink. I'm gonna just play the Chancery. Pick up the land. Let's see if they have a Snuff Out. Yep. Snuff Out resolves. Okay, there's a Terror. Another Terror. Opponent knows what's up. Alright, land. Green. So we're gonna Abundant Growth here. So what do we draw? So now I'm gonna pass the turn. We'll be taking 10, but we have a Broker's Hideout to go to 11 so that we can get a little bit of life and get past a little bit of damage from them. So here's the Mystical Teachings, trying to get Pulse of Marasa. Feel okay, Counterspell. Just get ranched. Hey, we found it. Pulse of Marasa, the Seagate Oracle. Do you have your anti-yard? Dispel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broker's Hideout. That stinks. Grab an island. Pass the turn. Okay, so we are dead. Dead, dead, dead. This has had like a super bad matchup for regular familiars, so I can understand why it's a bad matchup here. Plays a Thorn of the Black Rose to really stuff it to me. I've got all the things. Alright, let's see. I can play Archaeomancer for Pulse of Marasa. Pulse of Marasa, Sunscape Familiar. Any other? And then play the Sunscape Familiar. Archaeomancer. Then I'll be at 7. Then I have to block 1, go to 1. Get Pulse of Marasa. Green. Pulse of Marasa, the Sunscape Familiar. Did I play land this turn? No. Or I could get the Pulse of Marasa, the Sunscape Familiar. Play the Familiar. So let's look at our deck. I probably should have an instant speed draw. I don't. So I can Teachings. Have the weather. I don't know if the weather is in my hand. Oh, they just snuff out? They kill my... Okay. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. It's okay. Block. I guess I should have double Pulse of Marasa in the deck. Go back to 1. Okay. Plays the Zombie Fish. Draw a card. I'm not sure that Preordain would have mattered in this deck whatsoever in this matchup. And we'll just concede. GG. Round 2 versus Many Gold. We're going to assume burn. I'm going to keep. This is not great, but we have turn 2 Utopia Sprawl. If we don't draw land, then we can Fertile Ground. Archaeomancer. I guess I should be looking for more card draw spells. So I guess if I'm not playing any sort of... Oh, this person's on... Okay, interesting. So what do I do here? They're on Goblin combo or some sort of Goblins deck, but I think if I Fertile Ground right now, next turn I can play Familiar plus Utopia Sprawl. Then we're just looking for something to win with. It looks like they're going to have a turn 3. That's crazy. Easy day. Just getting ranched. We have a Prohibit. Alright, play Sunscape Familiar. Pass the turn. We have the Prohibit, but they could also just have Duress into to win the game. Wellspring. Yeah, that's fine. We'll play Great Furnace for turn. It will get in. Take 1. Blocking the 2/2. Okay. We almost have infinite mana. Are they going to Duress me? We will Prohibit. If I find an island, okay, I didn't find it. White. So we can Sprawl here on blue. Play the Familiar. Play a Chancery. Picking up the island. And then next turn we have Arcane Answer for Prohibit back, but I think they probably just win on their turn 4 or turn 5 or whatever. Because they duressed us looking to get rid of a counter from our hand, so they just go first day of class, win the game. Nope, Deadly Dispute. No first day of class, I guess. If we can live through this turn, we can play Arcane Answer for Prohibit and then have Flicker to get back Prohibit again. They play a Vault of Whispers. Doesn't seem to have first day of class in hand. They're going to attack. We're going to block. Right? So they're tapping some mana, play Makeshift Munitions, and they can kill my Familiar by sacrificing something. I guess I could have played around that. What? They're going to duress me. So now they have to sacrifice their creature if they want to makeshift me. We'll play blue, blue, blue. Arcane Answer. Grab the Flicker. Land. Pass the turn. We can't really deal with the result Makeshift Munitions, which is stinky. Come on, opponent. I'm ready. You untap. There's Ichor Wellspring. So that's something they can throw at my creature. 2 more mana. There's another Ichor Wellspring. So they've got 2 good things to toss at our creatures. They can sacrifice the Putrid Goblin a couple of times to start shooting my stuff. I know they have just mana off the Skirk Prospector. I guess we're looking for Muldrifter. Alright, they have another mana by playing a Vault of Whispers, 4 cards in hand. Gets in. Yeah, I guess I'm taking it. Alright, draw. Play the Forest, I guess, and I'll attack you. Nah. No attacks. Plan on blocking the Skirk Prospector if they attack. I really need to open up card draw, don't I? Keeping hand with no card draw and just enchantments seems really bad. I'm gonna get better at this deck as the league progresses, right? I think that's the plan. So they untap and chill. They're considering what to do. They tap and untap a mountain. They tap a swamp. Go for the Makeshift Munitions. We're gonna flicker. So I'm flickering right now because they have to use it 2 more times in order to kill our Arcane Answer at this moment, and I probably should have not yielded to the Wellspring draw either. Okay. So they get us with the second Wellspring, and they're gonna kill my Arcane Answer. So I'll pass the turn. Oh wow, look at that. So they have the first day of class in hand. They get to shoot my creature with the Putrid Goblin, and they're going to cast first day of class right now. They didn't. What? I have no idea what's happening. There's 7 cards in hand. All they need is first day of class. They have the rest of the combo set up, but now their Putrid Goblin is an X1, so or 1/1 with a -1 counter on it, so they have to have a second Putrid Goblin or an Unearth. They definitely have an Unearth. They could have that. We're just chilling, doing nothing, waiting. They play a Rakdos Carnarium. I'm going to return a Swamp to hand. And I don't know, maybe they'll attack. We'll wait it out. I'll block this time. Draw land. Land. Pass the turn. Okay, so I think what I've done incorrectly is that I should have played 1 more card draw teachings target and maybe not as many enchantments. I need more card draw. Maybe like 4 Seagate Oracle, 4 Compulsive Research. Oh, goodness. Alright, they're sacrificing their creature. They're going to play first day of class. They're going to unearth their creature and then win the game. Okay, there's the unearth. First day of class. I'm just going to concede because I don't feel like waiting it out. Let's draw some cards. Can't even see what's on our deck, which is 0 card draw. Oh well. So all of these. Maybe the Return to Nature. Oh yeah, because I can exile the creature from the graveyard. I don't think I need Weather Storm or Pestermite. I'm going to consider just getting rid of 2 Fertile Grounds and the Mystical Teachings. 1 Familiar. Submit. So we have 6 counterspells, 2 Return to Natures. I think we should be okay. Alright. Oh my goodness. Am I going to trick myself into this yet again? Yeah, I am. Land Sprawl on blue. Pass the turn. We have 1 redraw. We have our double Arcane Answer. I don't know. It seems fine, but it's probably not good. They play a bridge. Go land. Sprawl this on Abundant Growth to draw a card. We'll yield to that, and we find a Prohibit, which is decent, right? We can just span this Prohibit off and snap the Prohibit off on anything, and then we can answer for the Prohibit again. Play a land. They're going to tap for 2. Plays a Putrid, we'll just counter it. Land, let's get that counter back. Now it's their turn. They play a Swamp. As for a black, I guess they're going to duress me. No, 2 mana. Plays another Putrid Goblin. Plays a Skirk Prospector. That means that they could have the full combo. We're going to Chancery and pass the turn, picking up a Forest. Have to hold up Prohibit now. For 2 mana, we're going to cast Goblin Matron for 3 mana. Okay. So they can get their a couple different types of goblins here. They just grab a Goblin Matron. They're going for the Matron Chain. Okay. No blocks. I'm just going to F6. We get donked. Snap. Let's play Seagate Oracle. Draw. Sunscape Familiar. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is Infinite Storm at the moment. Take the Sunscape Familiar. Play land. So we can go white. Play Sunscape Familiar. And we can snap our Seagate Oracle. See if they want to sacrifice their creature to Pyroblast that. They do. So we weren't going to get anywhere with that anyway then. We can just go ahead and attack. So if they had had first day of class in hand, plus the Pyro, we couldn't fight through that anyway. But we're close to being able to go off, so I wanted to do it this way. We have Infinite Flicker, Snap, Replay Seagate Oracle right now, right? Flicker for Snap, Snap. No, I don't think so. What? Alright, let's see if we're dead. They deadly dispute their artifact land. So I guess we're not dead yet. Not quite dead yet. They're gonna duress me? Okay. Duress takes the Flicker. Sure. We can Arcane Answer for the Flicker, holding up Prohibit. We know they have Goblin Matron in hand, so they know I'm tapped out. Like they have 1 more Matron in hand, 3 cards in hand. So they have 2 unknowns. They reveal another Goblin Matron. Okay. They decline to attack. We're going to Arcane Answer, grabbing the Flicker. We're going to pass the turn. So they have 2 Matrons in hand and 2 unknowns. We have to wait until our turn to do any flickering. 1 enchantment would win the game for us, because then we have the 7 total mana to go infinite. For 2 mana, they're tapping for red and a black. They untap their red and a black. Okay, they thought it through, and they decided to not do anything. Pass the turn. Okay. I'm going to cast a Seagate Oracle. Basically the same as flickering the answers for the Oracle. Mole Drifter or Return to Nature. I will take the Return to Nature at this moment, play the Chancery, and I'll pick up a forest here, pass the turn. So Return to Nature can exile their Goblin in the graveyard. We go for a Deadly Dispute, sacrificing a land again. Why didn't they just sacrifice the Goblin Matron? Maybe they're just trying to keep mana on the table by sacrificing the creatures. They're at 6 in hand, 5 in hand, 2 Matrons in hand, so 3 unknowns. Plays a Chromatic Star, so that's a redraw. Are they going to duress us again? They're going to sacrifice the star for black. Okay. Plays Skirk Prospector. 2 Matrons in hand. Sacrifices the Matron. Plays a Dark Dweller Oracle. Okay. 2 Matrons in hand, 1 unknown. That means we're safe at this moment. Well, actually, they could... No, they can sacrifice a creature. 2 mana. 3 mana. Plays a Matron. Okay. They're gonna grab a creature. Probably a Putrid Goblin, I guess. Yes, Putrid Goblin. So they have all known information. Let's go blue. Flicker here. Draw a card. Leaving up the Prohibit, even though it doesn't matter. Grab a Compulsive. Draw. I think we're close to winning here. So this is 4 mana. Flicker plus Snap is 1 mana, or 3 mana. So let's go see Flicker these two. What? I scooped it up. I guess that was just taking them so long. I didn't have the win. I was nowhere close to winning. Well, really far from winning, actually. Draw. Wow, okay. Really weird. I'm just gonna resubmit. Deck is feeling pretty clunky to me, but I'm also keeping cruddy hands. I think I'm finally gonna mulligan. Oh geez. Okay, I guess we keep. Put back the snap. They mulligan to 4. That's a bummer for them. We have double redraw with the Abundant Growth, but we really want the Abundant Growth to stick on the forest. We draw a second land, we could Abundant Growth the forest and then Fertile Ground it and then play the Chancery, picking up the other land. We go Swamp. Hydroblast, huh? Let's just Abundant Growth this to draw a card. Draw Chancery, so that Abundant Growth is going away. Opponent says, Multifor is not good. I agree. Alright, we will just play the Chancery, pass the turn. Picking up the forest. Next turn we're going to Utopia Sprawl the forest, and then we will, on the next turn, Fertile Ground the Chancery, maybe? We could also Fertile Ground the Chancery right now, and then pass. This other Chancery we can't play until we have a second basic that we can pick up. 3 mana, plays a Matron. I think I'm just going to grab another Matron. That'd be interesting. Yeah, okay. Another forest, okay. So we are free to just do the sprawl thing on blue. Pass the turn. We can Hydroblast our Matron and then hold up Prohibit. Playing Chromatic Star. Just want to keep them from having stuff. Gets in for 3. Alright. Okay, so we draw. Land. We have Mulldrifter. We're going to Abundant Growth this. And then Fertile Ground on this one. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. And then just pass. A Deadly Dispute, huh? So they have Matron in hand. At this point, I'm going to counter that. And pass. They're going to draw up to 3 cards. Pass the turn again. But we have so many counters, I don't think that they're going to be able to just rip it. They have Goblin, Matron, there's a Skirk Prospector, Matron's still in hand. They can swing. If I find one land, I can play Muldrifter and hold up stuff. Plays a Matron, revealing a Matron, so I guess we're going to risk it. We could also just do this right now. Blue, cast a Muldrifter, draw, and then we can leave up the Hydroblast. We can Hydroblast the Prospector first, but I don't think that matters that much. We're going to take 4 damage and then play out the Arcanemancer. If they cast the Matron right now, I'm going to Hydroblast it because I can Arcanemancer, get back the Hydroblast. One card in hand, so it's just a Matron left. Them playing out the land was not great because now it tells me what's up. They can attack with the Putrid. Alright, we're not going to block. Question is, do I take the Prohibit or the Hydroblast? I think I'll pick up the Prohibit. And then Chancery picking up the Forest. So this Fertile Ground could have been a Preordain. I don't know. Alright, they're going to scoop it up. That's nice. Okay. GG. Draw. We can't see our top of our deck again. Darn. Alright, round 3. Round 3 versus MKE, who has been on... I think that's a mulligan. I think they've been on black-white. Oh no! Mulligan again. We're gonna mulligan again. Okay, keep. We'll put back. Turn black-white. So I think we need the enchantment. I think we need the Abundant Growth. Arcanemancer, we don't need that much. Flicker, we don't need that much. And then we'll play a land and pass. This turn. They are on gates. Looks like some sort of green something gates. Looks like Naya gates based on the Manor Gate and everything else. We're going to pass the turn, returning this forest. Then the next turn we can Fertile Ground the Chancery and play Abundant Growth on the forest. No, we can't do that. Darn. So I guess we could, doesn't really matter either way. Oh, no, we don't want to do that either. Okay, never mind. I thought a lot of things, and none of them were right. Oh, man. Okay. Fertile Ground this. Pass the turn. Then we can Utopia Sprawl here, as well as Abundant Growth after we play the Utopia Sprawl. Militia Bugler. So we're getting in. They find Guarding the Guild Pact. I think I'm going to Abundant Growth. Darn. Let's Abundant Growth this. Darn. Impulsive Research. Man, none of that was very good. So we're going to pick up the Forest. Pass the turn. They play their Guardian. So we're under lots of pressure now. They have, this Guardian's going to be a 5-power attacker. Well, we're going to add blue, white, and green. Sprawl here on blue. And then play a Muldrifter. How much mana do we have? 6? I guess we could evoke the Muldrifter and then Compulsive. Alright. Evoke Drifter. We can snap the Drifter. Pretty nice. Untap. Untap. Okay. Now we can Compulsive Research and evoke the Muldrifter. Land this one. Blue. Green here. I think I'm going to evoke the Drifter again. Use all my mana and look for Familiar. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 mana, so I can make infinite mana. if I can get to it. So I have 3 here, 4, 5, 6. Sprawl here, still 6. Play Arcane-Mancer for Snap. Snap Arcane-Mancer. Play Fertile Ground. Play Mancer for Snap. Snap Mancer. Is that gonna work? So this is 1. This is 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's not 6. I was counting the abundant growth. Okay, never mind. So hopefully we don't die in 2 turns. Person plays a land. This is 8 damage. Okay. Gets in for 8. We can gain a life with the Broker's Hideout and go to 11. Play a Relic. Main deck Relic. Oh, we can beat it now. Yay! Alright. Can we win right here? Green, blue, white, green. Sprawl here. Blue. Tap. Fertile Ground here. Okay. Evoke and Snap the Drifter. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Evoke the Drifter. Finally doing the thing. Draw. Snap the Drifter. Untap, untap. Okay. Tap, tap. So you just go white. And then we're going to go blue, blue. Arcane-Mancer. Get back snap. And we snap the Arcane-Mancer. Well, we don't have any familiars, so this is a lot of clicking. Blue over here. Arcane-Mancer. We're making 1 mana per loop. Yikes. They're going to Relic our Forest away. You got it. We can't afford to pass the turn, but they're on Naya Hate Gates with the main deck relics, the Alvitar special. Now they're thinking it through. What do I want to do? I don't know. Get the snap. So snap this guy. Snap the Mancer. Untap these things. It's pretty funny because one person said that they didn't want to watch me play through combo decks. Here I am, just snap, unsnap. Snap again. Tap, untap. So what do we do? Now we can hardcast a Mole Drifter, right? No, not yet. We're at 4 mana. Okay. After this, we can hardcast a Mole Drifter. Snap the Mancer. Untap these 2. Cast Mole Drifter. Okay, find a Seagate Oracle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we have to keep doing things. Arcane-Mancer. So if we use the Pestermite here, we could actually, if we find a Flicker, we could Pestermite for the infinite. Answer again. I think I'm just going to play out the planes so that I can get the Seagate Oracle off the battlefield. Although I should just evoke the Drifter. I already have a Drifter in hand. Evoke this Drifter. Nothing. Okay. We have, what? A bunch more cards we can draw. Back to snap. Opponent's like, boring. So, I mean, with the extra enchantments, I'm making a lot more mana earlier without a familiar, so that's kind of nice. But maybe the familiar is like basically an enchantment. Snap the Arcane-Mancer again. Evoke this Drifter. Green. Let's abundant growth here. Hopefully I didn't mess up. Need 6 mana. Okay, we have the mana. Snap again. Just doing it over and over. Oh man, we're gonna time out. Click city. Click, click, city, city. Snap this guy. Tap, one tap. So for time saving purposes, because I have the abundant growth on the Chancery, when I click the Chancery, you hold the W key and it automatically does the blue-white. Tap over here, play Seagate Oracle. Find another Arcane-Mancer. It doesn't help that much. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Getting the snap. Snapping the thing. I wish I didn't have to fight through this relic right now. If we pass the turn, we're super dead. Snap this guy. So, tap, tap. 7, 8, 9. So, Seagate Oracle. Another snap. Okay, snap the Mole Drifter. Invoke the Drifter. Okay, we're going to let that resolve. We find a Utopia Sprawl, which is kind of nice. Gives us a little bit more mana per loop. Archaeomancer. Get the snap. Snap it back up. Roll on blue. Oh my goodness, look how many lands we have in play. It's pretty sick. Where, oh where is my flicker? Flicker would make this a lot easier. Snap this guy. Everybody's a guy to me, unfortunately, in this game. I messed that up. Archaeomancer is a lady. Snap this lady. Utopia Sprawl. Sprawl here. Blue. Okay. We are really close to losing. So now what I need to do is go for snap. Snap the Mancer. Tap. And then build up some more mana. And then I'm going to use the compulsive research on myself. Holy moly. Oh, the time. If I didn't have to face this relic, I would be okay. Snap. Tap, untap. Archaeomancer. Compulsive research. Compulsive research myself. 2 cards. These cards. Okay, we found it. So now we can play blue. Pestermite. Oops. And then we click and save targets on this forest. Always yield, yes. Blue. Teachings. Get a flicker. Tap this for blue. We're going to flicker here. And then we're going to start making mana. Spam that yes key. Blue. Flicker. So much lag. We have a Weather the Storm to gain a bajillion life. Let's flicker here. Draw a card. Looking for a familiar. Archaeomancer, okay. Flicker. Still looking for a familiar. Another flicker. Oh, geez. Flicker the Pestermite specifically. So we can just take turns flickering Pestermite and flickering the creature. Seagate Oracle. There's the familiar. So now we can untap the land. Storm is 68. Yep. White. Play a familiar. Flicker here. A little bit easier. We're untapping. Okay, so now we're going to flicker the Seagate Oracle looking for our second familiar so that we can make infinite mana really fast. And then get the compulsive research going. Familiar. Flicker the Pestermite. Doo-doo. Okay, now let's see how fast we can close the game out. Flicker. Get back this. So they're at 46, which means we need 32 mana. You have to divide it by 3. Every 15 cards is 10 mana. So we're flickering, trying to get to 32. What's nice is that the interface automatically uses the snow land first for mana. I don't know why. We only have the one compulsive research, which is going to be kind of annoying. I guess we could also attack them. I feel like that will take more time, though. Oh, we found the mana. My bad. Let's try and find another compulsive. Seagate Oracle. The Seagate Oracle. Looking for a compulsive research. Whatever. Okay. Second Archaeomancer. Rules of Research. Donk you. And then we begin the looping. Okay. How fast can we do this? We're at 10:43. Donk you again. I'm going to focus on execution and not talk it through, so we'll just see how long it takes. They have 4 cards in the library. I only have to execute 2 more times. It's been taking me about 2 minutes and a half to do 45 cards. Okay, we get back to compulsive. It's coming into our hands, so we leave our mouse over it, we click it and spam them. And then we're going to do the last compulsive in a second here. We're just like focusing on waiting till we get priority back so we can click ASAP. They're stalling. Okay, we click. Get back that compulsive. And then hold over here. Got him. Alright, so we used 15, 16, 17 minutes in game 1. Okay. They drew 33 cards and we win the game. That was turn 6. It took us 17 minutes to execute turn 6. Okay, so we need the Return to Natures for their relic. Get rid of this Pestermite. Get rid of the Teachings. Flickers are fine. Question is if we want the double Pulse of Marasa or the Weather the Storms. Oh, we don't have double Pulse of Marasa, so that doesn't really matter, right? Does not matter. The other thing we could do is bring in Hydroblast. Cut 1 Fertile Ground for a Hydroblast. They're probably going to Hydroblast us. Or have stuff to deal with us stuff. I don't know how much I want to like skim. Let's leave the Teachings in, get rid of the Hydroblast, just cut 1 Fertile Ground, submit. Now I have to play really fast. And let's look at my clock usage, CPU usage. This is getting to be a problem. So at this point, we probably want to try to just attack them for the win. That'll be hard to do, especially if they have the Guardian of the Guild Pact. Big problems. I'm turning on my yields and everything so I can be as fast as possible. We're just going to click like hyperspeed. Do. Turning on turbo mode. Now if the opponent wants to, they can take their time and like kind of confuse me to try to get my clock usage down. We're at 8:04, we're just going to try to do everything fast. This is a mulligan. Mulligan. This is fine. We're going to keep. Put back the flicker. It's pretty slow, but not that big of a deal. Land into Chancery. Into Utopia Sprawl. We can snap. We have Familiar. We have Return to Nature for their relic. 8. Okay. Land. Pass turn. I'm still going to go for the plan of playing Chancery turn 2. That's the turn again. Picking up the forest. So now I can just spam click this forest and pick it up to use this minimal amount of time as possible. They're just going to hold up Pyroblast, looks like. We throw our Seagate Oracle into the fray, and they make a treasure token. Okay. Grab the Fertile Ground. Don't really need the other land. They're going to play Guardian. Okay, so what I want to do is land, sprawl this, blue, play Familiar, so get Familiar, Fertile Ground, snap this guy, play Seagate Oracle. Abundant Growth is great, so we'll keep that for later and pass the turn. I have Prohibit for a relic or a counterspell or whatever. That was a big turn. But they are going to hit for 2, and if they have Basilisk, it's going to be an issue. We have Prohibit for a relic or a pyro or a bolt. Let's counter. That way we can keep the relic or the flicker in hand. Okay. Guess we let that happen. Doesn't look like they have anything else. They attack. We're at 7:06 on clock. So we've used 40 seconds already. 2 mana. They play Journey to Nowhere. getting rid of the familiar. Abundant growth here. Draw a card. Attack. Play the island. Pass the turn. Opponent is going to play Gate Creeper Vine for the Basilisk Gate. Gotta auto yield to this. Most likely the Basilisk Gate. Forest. Play a Relic. Alright. Gets rid of Prohibit. Get in. Okay. We make green. Blue. Destroy this. Flicker here. Draw a card. Get the Archaeomancer. Pass a turn. So we go Mancer. Get that Prohibit, or Flicker. And then I will just play Seagate Oracle. Wholesome Rasa or Seagate Oracle. Just take the Seagate Oracle and pass the turn. No attacks. Pass the turn. I don't have anything to do. The only thing we can do here is block. If I find a second Mancer, I can get the Return to Nature and blow up the Journey to Nowhere, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that would be infinite mana. They kill my Archaeomancer. Let's swing out. We're going to block. They go to 18. Play a Seagate Oracle. Okay, resolves. Find Abundant Growth and Fertile Ground. We'll take the Fertile Ground. Oh, I should have taken the Abundant Growth. That's not smart. So I was going to, let's just flicker these. Fire Blast, huh? Okay. I should have taken the Abundant Growth because that would have drawn me a card. Now we're going to die to this best. Blah, we're going to die. 5 damage. So I made some mistakes. 1 card in hand for the opponent. It's a Dawnbringer Cleric, so they get rid of my Ghostly Flicker. F6. Swing out. We're going to F6 again. Let's see if they can kill us this turn. It's 6 damage. It doesn't really matter if it was 6 damage this turn or not, as far as I know. Okay, we have to concede. Bonk. They got us with all their junk. So bring in a Hydroblast. We have 5 minutes. That's gonna be tough. Yes. Okay, keep. Play Force Go. Turn 2, Fertile Ground the Forest. Turn 3, Familiar into Fertile Ground. You pass a turn. Fertile Ground, your turn. So now we can go Familiar off the Fertile Ground, play Fertile Ground, play Chancery, pick up the Plains. Green. Familiar. Fertile Ground this. Okay. And then we pick up the Plains. Next turn is Familiar plus Muldrifter, regardless of what they do. They're going to kill my Familiar. Then Relic my Familiar. We have double Fam. My Familiar. Blue over here. Cast Muldrifter and pass the turn. Okay, we're out of action. We have mana though. Let's see if they can kill my Muldrifter and stuff. They're going to play a Guardian yet again. Sprawl on blue. Play Familiar. Pass the turn. Swing out. That was a risky play for them. Tapping out like that. Okay, 7 damage. Just pass the turn. We take 7, so we have 2 more turns. Unless we find a life gain spell. I took out my Weather the Storm though. Okay, Abundant Growth here. Guardian of the Guild Pact. Good card. Do we draw anything? Draw another. Green, green. Let's blue. Abundant Growth this. That turns it into a rainbow land, which is nice. Okay, Abundant Growth this one. We're just cantripping. Green. Abundant Growth this one. Now the cantripping doesn't seem very fun. Come on, opponent. I'm ready. What are you doing? Nothing. You're doing nothing. Going nowhere. Seagate Oracle. Flicker and Prohibit. So we take the Flicker, and we are going to attack. We're looking for an opening. They have 5. Alright, we'll see if they have the win here. I believe on their end step we're going to... No, we can't Flicker on their end step. Darn. Okay, they make a big guy. 7 power. Get in. So we don't have we don't really have life gain in the deck anymore. We have a Pulse Marasa. My 1 life gain spell. Blue. Swing out. Alright, Flicker. And they Hydro. We're gonna... Or Pyro, we're gonna Hydro. You have another Pyro? Nope. Okay. They exile my Hydroblast. And they're going to Pyroblast the Flicker. So that will be the game. Concede. Bummer. They got me good. Okay, we're up versus MK89. Trying to salvage a 3-2 over here. Whatever, we're gonna keep this. We have turn 1 Utopia Sprawl, right? And then we can Utopia Sprawl again. We can snap, maybe. We draw a land, we could snap. Boo. We're gonna go land sprawl. Turn 1 land sprawl plus snap and Muldrifter. That's really good. Okay, land, sprawl on blue. Pass the turn. What's MK89 up to today? Plays a Bajuka Bog. Okay, so they are on the black-white Ephemerate. We are going to Fertile Ground and pass. 1, 2, 3. Dawnbringer Cleric. Well, my Fertile Ground maybe? Or the Utopia Sprawl? Darn. I'll call it Darnbringer Cleric from now on. Okie dokie. We draw Weather the Storm. Blue. Pass the turn. Just chilling on that 1 land. They're going to pick up their Dawnbringer Cleric. And pick up their Bajuka Bog. No, they pick up their Plains. We find a Muldrifter. We're going to evoke a Muldrifter. Try to draw it into a land. We find a Chancery, so we have to pass. One thing we can do now is play Spirited Companion. Dawnbringer Cleric, blow up my land, or my Utopia Sprawl. We can go Chancery and then snap their creatures. Interesting idea. Blue. So we play the Chancery, I have 2 lands. I snap. I go to 4 mana. Doesn't really matter, right? Okay, let's play the Chancery. Sad day. Wow, we're just so dead. Alright, I'm gonna go to game 2. They have no idea. They kind of know what I'm on, but they don't want familiars. That just did not pan out. This deck is going crazy. Alright, return to nature for your relics. I really need the Weather Storm. I'm gonna get rid of the Pestermite. Well, let's actually put the Pestermite back in and just go down to 7 fertiles. Or 7 enchantments. We would like to play first. I'm gonna keep turn 2 Utopia Sprawl again. Grabbing a forest for sure. Forest. They kept 7. Go to 8 cards in hand. They're gonna play a tap land. We can Abundant Growth the island and then sprawl the forest. Or we can just sprawl the forest right now. I think it's better to draw the cards. We might get into another Abundant Growth later. Blue, pass the turn. This means we can Utopia Sprawl into Seagate Oracle this coming turn if they don't have a Dawnbringer Cleric. They're going to jam the Dawnbringer Cleric. Okay. Sprawl, blue, pick up the island. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the next turn. 5 mana. Be on turn 4. It's only ahead a little bit. Our Utopia Sprawl got murdered. Dawnbringer Cleric got me again. We're gonna just revoke existence. Okay. Yeah, maybe that. Hate. Wait for you. We're waiting on you. I don't know why they're not attacking. To thinking. They finally attack. Cool. So this is, they have a draw step stop for some reason. Grab the other sprawl and pick this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we might want to keep the sprawl in hand and try to go off at some point. Right, opponent takes their turn. They're going to Chainer's Edict my Seagate Oracle. Okay. Poor guy. Never really stood a chance there. They're getting donked for 1 over and over. Just very sad. Okay, we'll play our Seagate Oracle out. Coming right back. So we could Compulsive Research. On the next turn we have double Compulsive. We have to save 1 for the win condition because they have the Jukabogs. For 3 mana. They're going to cast Inspiring Overseer and draw a card and gain a life and go to 24. They decline to attack, which makes sense. Draw a card. Draw a Flicker. I'm going to Compulsive Research myself. Thinking about discarding this Azorius Chancery. I will discard land, discard a forest, play an island. That's the turn. So we can make up to 5 mana with our sprawls. We're going to cast down my creature. Sad. I could have snapped it, I guess. He's going to pass. They play a Scoured Barrens yet again and play the initiative. Well, good for you. So they Undercity here. There's a chance we could win on this coming turn. They swing for 3. We find a snap. We're going to go Forest, Sprawl on blue, Sprawl on blue. We're going to Compulsive, land, this one. Dang. Nothing going on. So they're going to Initiative, and we're going to die very soon. My Rainbow Familiars has not been going very well, that's for sure. 2 mana, they play Spirit Companion. Draws a card. It seems that Preordain may have been pretty useful here, huh? Although I didn't draw any Fertile Grounds. Or the Teachings or the Pestermite. So we're going to take 7, 8 damage, and we will be dead next turn. We're just relying on some sort of mega draw. We were set up to do stuff. Dawnbringer Cleric. I'm just going to counter. Pass the turn. 3 mana. 3 cards in hand. We find a Utopia Sprawl, or an Abundant Growth, so we get a redraw. And we lose the game. Yikes. Concede. I think that this deck, my version of this was not very good, was it, huh? We're gonna have to quit. We're gonna have to quit. Let's go back here. What did I do wrong? So if I look, this is the original Rainbow Fams. So I cut the Preordains, and then I went for Too many Seagate Oracles, maybe. Added some Fertile Grounds, added Pestermite Teachings. Did not really actually increase any of the card draw, which is probably what I needed to do. So maybe I just should have like played not this or these two or the Teachings and gone for like the TMA, Modern Age. But yeah, that was brutal, man. Let me know if you have any ideas on how to make that work. Maybe Rainbow Fans just isn't really well positioned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.